Hello everyone. I hope everyone is having a great day. I wanted to take a few minutes to talk to you guys a little bit about the concept of stress management. Leadership effectiveness and a leader's ability to innovate is dependent on a variety of situational modifiers. Bass in 1985 noted that knowledge of leadership traits alone is insufficient for understanding the task of leadership. Above and beyond personal characteristics and attributes, the situation impacts a leader's ability to perform. Some situational modifiers impacting leader performance include the internal and external environment, the group or followers involved, the type of task performed, the available technology and the level of stress inherent in the role. Organizations in stable operating environments typically maintain stable processes and require less innovative leadership. As situations or conditions change, leaderships become more complicated. World events can significantly affect leadership. The attack on the World Trade Center on September 11, 2001 was a situational modifier that severely impacted the leadership environment for many organizations globally. Leaders must be able to identify situational modifiers in their own environments and adapt to these modifiers. The topic of stress is relevant to the study of leadership. Stress is a situational modifier impacting a leader's performance. Leaders must be able to manage stress to be effective in personal and workplace environments. Leaders also need to recognize signs of stress in their subordinates and be able to put followers at ease. While stress is different for different people, most people would probably agree that when they hear someone say, "I am stressed," they imagine that a person is in a negative state. Stress is the body's reaction to any demand placed on it. There are two kinds of stress. Good stress, called eustress, and bad stress, called distress. An example of eustress might be the stress learners experience entering a program, such as a master's program or a bachelor's program. Although entering the program is stressful, learners experience a positive motivational energy. According to Saley, not enough stress leads to boredom and lack of motivation. Leaders must therefore know how to create some stress in form of challenging opportunities for followers. Transformational leaders inspire others to perform beyond the expected by providing meaningful and challenging work. In the extreme, stress can harmfully workplace effects. The National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health reported the following stress statistics. 40% of workers experience extreme job stress. 25% of workers view their jobs as their primary life stressor. Job stress is more strongly linked with health problems than financial or family issues. 4. American industry loses $15 billion annually due to stress-related absenteeism and illness. 5. Stress can cause a major depressive episode. And lastly, 200 million workdays are lost each year due to stress-induced clinical depression. The National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health also reported the following signs of workplace stress. 1. Decreased output and increased errors. 2. Missed deadlines. 3. Poor decision making. 5. Decreased motivation. 6. Decreased organizational commitment. Decreased productivity despite increased time at work. Decreased team spirit. 8. Increased tension. 9. Increased onset of vague illnesses. Late arrival and early departure. And lastly, overall increased breaks. These statistics illustrate the harmful effects of stress. Ellis noticed individuals can minimize the impact of stress by applying cognitive and critical thinking strategies. The ABCDE model of stress management can help with this. The ABCD model of stress management was derived by Ellis in 1991, and it's considered a rational, emotive approach, which stands for A is activating event, B is your belief system, C is the consequences, D is disputation, E are new effects. An activating event, the A in the model, is any event that occurs in an individual's life. An example of an activating event might be when a person is fired from work. When individuals experience an activating event, they immediately develop a belief, which is the B part of the model, about the event. For example, a person who is fired from work may tell him or herself, I am in big trouble, the job market is horrible, I am not going to be able to find another job for at least a year, and I won't be able to support my family. These statements comprise an irrational belief system. On the other hand, the same person could tell him or herself, I have contacts in the industry, I know companies hiring in my field right now, I have money in the bank to support my family until I find another job. These statements comprise a more rational belief system. Individuals experience either positive or negative emotional consequences, which is the C in the model, depending on their belief system. Individuals with an irrational belief system practice negative and irrational self-talk. These individuals will typically experience negative emotional consequences such as stress, depression, fear, and anxiety. Individuals with a rational belief system typically practice positive self-talk and experience more positive emotional effects. According to the ABCDE model of stress management, what individuals tell themselves determine how they will feel. People often subconsciously revert to an irrational belief system and create self-induced stress. Individuals must learn to catch themselves thinking irrationally and dispute the D part of the model, their rational thinking with more rational thought. Disputing irrational thinking involves analyzing self-talk and determining how true that self-talk really is. For example, the person who is fired from work might automatically revert to an irrational belief system. I am in big trouble, the job market is horrible, I'm not going to be able to find another job for at least a year, and I won't be able to support my family, and experience stress as a result of these beliefs. This stress is a sign that person would re-examine the belief system and dispute those beliefs. For example, the person could dispute the irrational beliefs by asking the following questions and answering those questions factually. Where is the proof I'm not going to get another job for a year? My brother was laid off and found a new job in 2 months. Where is the proof I will not be able to support my family? I have enough money in the bank to support my family for 2 years. I have never been destitute in my life. Why would I all of a sudden become destitute now? 3. Why would I tell a friend in the same situation? What would I tell him or her what I'm telling myself, that he or she will be poor and destitute? Once individuals dispute irrational thinking, they begin to experience new effects, the last part of the model. These new effects include less stress, increased confidence. Leaders can use the ABCDE model of stress management to minimize self-induced stress in themselves and in their followers.